The following program was produced by an independent community producer. The opinions expressed do not necessarily reflect those of the ECAT staff or board of directors.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Hey, welcome to the program. My name is in the title, so you should know my name by now. I don't know your name, but let's keep it like that because you don't do a show. And there you go. How are you? I think this is the only show where the host of the show, that would be me, actually says, "How are you?" And says it so convincingly but I don't care. I have no idea. Do you care how I am? I know you don't. I mean, I'm not a member of your family. We're not friends. It makes no difference to you, does it? But, you know, if you start the show like that and you act really friendly and loving and that the universe is centered and everything's fantastic, then people tend to like you more. But if you're grumpy and you do a talk show on a daily basis for 30 years and all you do is complain about things, people tend to not like you as much. So that's where I am. So welcome to the program. How are you? I have been doing this for 30 years, although I do stop to have dinner. And yeah, I've been doing radio for a long time. I did TV for 20 years as well. So yeah, I know what you're saying. So I wanted to talk about some things on this show, which is what I do, that seems to bother all of us, but nobody really talks about it or really complains about it. But here I am. I want to talk about electric cars. I don't know of anybody personally who has an electric car. And I'm not talking about the little cars that kids play with, you know, they get for Christmas or Hanukkah or something. I'm talking about, you know, the real cars. I don't know anybody I've seen people that have them, but I don't know them really personally, and I don't know why they have them. Because here's my take on the electric cars. First of all, what a wonderful idea that is. It should have been here a long time ago. This gas guzzling crappy society that we have should be going electric or something that's a lot cleaner than gasoline. Yeah, very, very good. The problem is that in our free enterprise society, businesses release their product before they even think of what the ramifications of them are or whether it makes sense even to indulge in it. Because we want to be the first. Oh, we want to be the first to have this technology. We want to be the first. We want to top it. We want to be the car that is the electric king. Okay. So now what? Well, now they sell electric cars. Sometimes they're more expensive than the gas cars, sometimes a little bit less, depending. But here's the problem. They end up being more expensive because you have to plug the car in. And I don't know because I don't have an electric car. I have an electric toaster, but I don't have an electric car. I don't think you can take a plug that you get from Lowe's or something, like an extension cord, and plug it into the car and plug the other end into your wall outlet in your hallway. I don't think it works like that. I think you have to have a specially built receptacle so that you can plug it in and charge your car. I don't know, but that's my understanding. Also, if you have an electric car, it's probably good to have a garage because you need something to plug it into. You can't plug it into the tree. So it's a little more. Like what happens, you're ready to go to bed and your wife or your husband says to you, did you remember to plug in the car? Oh, no, I forgot to plug the car in. And then you have to put your robe on and shoes and go out into the garage or to the driveway and go, oh, God, got to plug the car in. I understand that the plug-in cars is what I call them, doesn't work as well in the winter. Where do I live where it would be winter a lot? Maybe the plug-in cars are better for the South. I don't know. But there's a problem there. Then they advertise on the television commercials that, the electric cars, they have fantastic batteries. You don't have to recharge them until you've gone 300 miles. So that means no trips, right? I mean, I guess I can go down to the store or something or pick up my dry cleaning. Does anybody pick up dry cleaning anymore? Does anybody get anything dry cleaned anymore? I know. I guess you can do some local chores and things, go to the supermarket or something, and then, when it gets low, plug in your car overnight, like a cell phone. But at the same time, if you're going to be taking a trip, hey, do you want to go to Pennsylvania for the weekend? I can't. My car won't go that far. Why don't you just plug it in? What am I supposed to do? Stand there for 3 hours while it charges? What are you talking about? They have to make the batteries so that they take a charge that goes further. Maybe let's talk 400, 500 miles. Then you're talking electric cars there, baby. But other than that, okay, also, I don't see a lot of charging stations for the electric cars for the plug-ins. I don't. If an establishment has a charging station, it's maybe there's 2 or 3 of them. So like nobody in your area can have more than 2 or 3 electric cars and go to this particular place. I don't see hotels with a place to charge them, to plug them in. So we haven't gotten that far yet in making the electric cars a good idea. It's a good idea, but now how do I utilize them? What do I do? I believe it costs a sufficient amount of money to have the electric car plug-in situation for your house. And if you don't have a garage, you just have a parking space outside of your townhouse or something, then you have to have that installed, which is quite costly because you have to run an underground line to that parking space. And you have to get permission from the owner and the maintenance thing. And it's a lot. Then that's not the end of the problems. And I love the electric car concept, but we didn't think it through all the way. You released it a little too soon here. Unless you're my grandmother who only goes to the supermarket once a week and then goes to church on Sundays, even though she's Jewish, then it's not going to work. Here's the other problem. And I checked this out with my insurance company because I check things out. I don't just talk about things. I don't talk about things willy-nilly. I don't know who that is. I think was that a group or that was Milli Vanilli? It sounds like some type of boy band or something. Hey, you want to go see willy-nilly? I can't. My car won't go that far. I have to charge it somewhere. So I checked with my insurance people, and here's the deal. Electric cars cost more to insure. What? You would think with the technology and all the safety features on an electric car that your auto insurance premium would go down. No, it goes up substantially. I have to pay more? Yes, you do. Why is that, Ron? I'm talking to myself because you're not here. Why does it cost more? Well, because the cost of repair of a car, it's electric, is more expensive because the parts are more complicated, they're not as readily available, etc. So in order to fix a car from an accident or whatever, it costs money to insure an electric car more than it does a gas car. Oh, I didn't know that. Well, do your homework. So what happened here is the electric cars, wonderful idea, fantastic, but a little too soon. First, you got to work up the stuff around it to make that work in society. Then you got yourself a deal. But again, companies are very quick just to sell their product. You worry about how you're going to afford it as an accoutrement, We did the same thing with self-driving cars. I've never been in a self-driving car. I think I would have to change my pants a few times in order to contain my adrenaline of nervousness. I don't want I don't want a no driver car, a self-driving car. No. And then they say, well, it's safer because a self-driving car, you don't have any human error involved. Oh, no. And computers never break down, do they? Right? Huh? I have a car being driven by a computer, but computers never. How come when I call anybody on the telephone, want to make an appointment with my doctor or have a problem with customer service or something like that, that the person on the other end always goes, oh, you have to excuse me, our system is really slow. We're down. Can you call back later? Our computer system's down. What if it was a car? What if you're on the highway and all of a sudden the computer system says, eh? Then what do you do? Well, Ron, there's backup computers in self-driving cars. Oh, that's probably not very expensive at all then. I don't know what the insurance costs are for a self-driving car, but I have a feeling it's not too wonderful for you. And I also have a feeling that if your self-driving car gets in an accident, two things are going to happen. Either you're going to get sued because you own the car, which is probably the case, or you're going to try to get some money out of the car manufacturer whose car failed mechanically. Good luck with that. Your insurance company is not going to put up with that crap. So, again, too soon. It's too soon. Do you know how many cameras are involved in a self-driving car? 20 cameras at least. On the front, the back, the sides, the middle, the mesh, the top, the bottom. Every square inch of that car has to somehow be reading something at all times. What are the chances of that not happening accurately? So self-driving car, I could make a hand gesture right now, but it wouldn't be pleasant. And I got to tell you something else, and I think you agree with me. I like driving. I think it's something to do. It's a good thing. Yeah, people are distracted drivers. They drive too fast. They're reaching for something and hot coffee spills in their lap. They reach over to change something up in the glove compartment, pick up their cell phone, which you're not supposed to do. Yeah, there's a lot of human error that can happen right now with you driving a car. Yeah, you. But at least we still got humans involved. Look, I don't know how long I'm going to live, but I'm telling you something. I know that someday, rather soon, beyond my years here, and probably yours, everything's going to be done for the human, and the human will have very little, if anything, to do at all, except to program the inhuman things. And if you don't know how to do that, then you're out of a job, which you will be anyway, because already they can have machines answer the phone, and you can get, we don't need you anymore. We don't need to pay you to answer a phone. We don't need you to be in customer service because they can just, our AI can just suggest things to try. And oh God, it's terrible. But don't let me get into that right now, because people that lived in times other than this generation probably are quite united in saying things were better then. And for the most part, they were. We don't need all this luxurious type of you don't have to move your ass kind of society. You want some food? Yeah. Should I get up and cook it? No, we'll have it delivered. You need something? Yeah, I need some batteries. I'm going to run down to the store. Why bother? Just call Amazon. They'll have it there later in the day. Yeah, pick up my prescriptions. Why? No, Amazon will deliver the prescriptions. The drugstore delivers them. Don't worry about it. I have to go down the motor vehicle department and renew my registration. No, you can do it online. You can do everything online. You can sit on your ass and not move at all and get a lot of things accomplished, probably everything. I think to have sex, you still have to have another person involved, but I'm not sure anymore. I know some people that do use machines, and you know what I'm talking about. So enjoy whatever human things you do, because very shortly it won't be necessary anymore. And you'll be dealing with humans less and less and less. And the humans that you are dealing with are the people on social media who think everything is crap anyway. Have a nice time. Well, okay, let's move on. You would think that's all I have to complain about today, but no. I have a printer that is connected to my computer. I have a desktop. It's like having a landline phone these days. Ron, you have a desktop? How archaic. I know, I get it. So I have a printer. Ron, why do you print things out? There's no reason to print anything out. Everything is on your phone. You just show it. It takes an hour to find it, but you just show it, and 2 hours later, you're there. You're into the concert or whatever. I have a printer. It's an HP printer, Hewlett Packard. I don't know who these people are. I've never met them, but it's a monopoly almost. I have a printer. Works very well. It's worked for a long time. But it takes something called printing ink. And they come in cartridges. And they're not as messy as they used to be. You don't have to get any of the ink on your hands anymore. They've come that far. However, the price of printing ink is absolutely insane. For a cartridge of long-lasting black printing ink, it is about $65, getting close to $70. For printing ink that isn't XL, so to speak, they call it XL, for just regular ink that'll, yield you maybe 20 pages or something, that's down to like $50. Okay, fine. If you go on Amazon, the price is the same, but they'll have printing ink that isn't the official printing ink of the HP printer. And that's much less money. But some of the printers will not accept printing ink if it's not HP printing ink. Sounds illegal? Maybe so. There have been class action lawsuits against HP, Hewlett Packard, for that very reason. Because for years, since 2019 all the way to today, many of their printers, including the inkjets, which is in most of the houses these days, those HP things, they actually have been downloaded because they're connected to the internet, to the point where if you don't use an HP cartridge, which can be detected if it's not HP, then your computer will not work. Or they warn that if you don't use HP cartridges, then we cannot do the warranty thing with you. Or if your printer gets messed up, sorry, you didn't use the HP cartridges like we told you should. Hewlett Packard has paid out millions upon millions upon millions of dollars in class action lawsuits, and they do to this day. Look it up. That's a fact. So why does printing ink, the ink that you use in your printer, that tiny little cartridge, why does it cost so much money? $50, $60, $70 for one cartridge. Well, they do it because they can. Because you pay for it. They don't pay for it. You pay for it. That's the cost of it, period. And you have to use their product in their printer, otherwise, trouble. Wow. That's, isn't that illegal? Well, maybe so. Maybe so. Maybe so. Thus the class action lawsuit. That's been going on for about half a decade now. Now, what's the other reason that printing ink is so damn expensive? There's no reason for it. They say it's a complex manufacturing process. What? What are you squeezing? Are you squeezing the squid to death? Is that what it is? What is that printing ink? Hey, let's get some squids together. Okay, we got the black ink here. No, it's not from squids. Printing ink actually doesn't cost that much money. What does is the fact that you'll pay for it, and HP has made damn sure that you have no choice other than to pay for it. You may wonder, and I'm not kidding about this, at many times during the year in stores, an HP printer costs the same amount of money as one cartridge of printing ink. What? Yeah. You can buy an HP printer, which is pretty good and pretty reliable, for about $80. Seriously. Which is the cost of the replacement ink cartridge. So why don't I just buy a new printer instead of buying an ink cartridge? I don't know. It's kind of stupid, isn't it? But that's where we're at with that particular product and printing ink. And I think it's a fascinating part of society and a fascinating part of business where that even goes on. Yeah, HP has firmware that actually doesn't allow you to use anything but HP cartridges, and it can recognize when you're not. Don't worry about it. We're 2/3 through the show. It'll be over soon. I don't know what's on next, but I guarantee you it's nothing like this. All right. Another thing that I wish to complain about before I leave you alone. If you go online, that's that computer jargon. Go online, all of a sudden there'll be a pop-up, and it will say, there's a certain alcohol that if you drink it will actually clean your liver. Now, I know, and you probably know, alcohol is alcohol. It's ethanol, and it will not clean your liver. It will eventually not destroy it, but you got to be careful. It could. Alcoholics, liver problems. So there's this pop-up with this professional doctor who says there is a way to actually clean your liver and still drink a certain type of alcohol. What type of alcohol is that? Click here and watch a 3-minute video to find out. Well, who wouldn't say, all right, I got 3 minutes, especially since I don't have to go to the store anymore. Everything's delivered to me. So yeah, I got 3 minutes to sit here again on my ass. So 3 minutes go by. They say absolutely nothing except for repeat the question, there's an alcohol that could completely clean your liver if you just drink that particular. They say it in 50 different ways. And then after 3 minutes, you start looking at your watch. If you still watch, wear a watch. And it's like 10 minutes into it, and they still haven't done anything. All they've done is introduce another doctor, or they have some real people who aren't real. They're actors. They're real actors is what they are. And they start saying, I drink this particular alcohol, and it cleaned my liver out. Yeah. Now we're 20 minutes into this video that's only supposed to be 3 minutes long, they said, and they're still teasing me and are saying absolutely nothing. Then you get to the end of the video 40 minutes later, and they still haven't answered the question, but there's a particular jar of something that they will sell you that has this particular alcohol in it, and they'll sell it to you for a couple of $100 or send you a 3-day trial for $95. And I still don't know what it is, and I don't know. They do that with all kinds of products. Here's the miracle thing. We'll tell you what it is. Just watch this 3-minute video. if there's one thing in life, and there isn't one, there's more than that, but if there's one thing in life that really upsets me, it's when I'm being manipulated. I hate to be manipulated. I can recognize when I am being marketed to the point of manipulation. You can market me and tell me about something. Tell me quickly, give me the price, all that. I'll make a decision, be on your way, and shut up. But if you're going to play with me and you're going to market me in an untruthful manner and manipulate me, try to play with me. This is why I couldn't stand the election thing. Oh, manipulation city. Some humans don't mind being manipulated because they can't recognize when they are. They think that they're being targeted as a wonderful person who can get some knowledge from these people who are only telling you the truth and nothing else. Manipulation is a very insulting thing to me. And as soon as I recognize that I'm being manipulated, I react. And it's not pretty. Because the manipulator should not get away with that. They should know that, hey, I know what you're doing. And you're an idiot. You could have done this in a different way instead of playing with me. I love that term. I don't know who started that term. Was some rap artist or something. It says, don't play with me. I ain't play. Don't play with me. Don't play with me. Didn't say it like that. That's how I said it. And I agree. It's a horrible thing. You got to have some, what's the word? I won't say balls because you can't say that on a cable show, but you got to have some gumption, you've got to, signals have to go off when people are playing with you. It's insulting. And I'll tell you how insulting it is, and I'll show you my 3-minute video that explains how insulting that can be. Hey, the groundhog, right? I didn't watch it because I have better things to do than watch a gerbil get dressed up in a tuxedo, come out of a hole and make a declaration about the weather like staff meteorologist for a television station. If you have to dress up a weasel and ask them predictions, oh great weasel, when is winter going to be over? Oh soothsayer weasel. Because some of these groundhogs are incredibly smart. They've been to school, college, gotten their doctorate in meteorology. They're incredibly intelligent. And then some people say, no, these animals have an animal quality where they can actually tell how much longer winter is going to be down to the hour. Oh, really? Then why is that particular groundhog weasel gerbil, why is it wrong 50% of the time? Well, we're not saying it's accurate. It's a 50-50 thing. Oh, okay. That makes more sense. Because we respect the groundhog, the soothsayer of the universe. Oh, great groundhog, should I change my job? Oh, great groundhog says, change your job in 6 weeks. Because I didn't see my shadow. Or did I see my shadow? I don't even know what it means. Do you know what it means? If they see their shadow, it's 6 more days of winter. If they don't see their shadow, then they're going to get hit by a car on the highway. I don't know. Why am I yelling at you? I'm sorry. I'm out of time. I'll be back again next week. You don't have to watch it. But if you want to, we'll do it again. You can find me on newenglandbroadcasting.com, ronvandam.com, on all the platforms on that silly computer thing, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, the whole bit. And I do syndicated radio stations across the country. So tune in. I do this every single weekday on the radio. But until that time arrives, I wish you peace.